What's going on? Steve's here. Eric's here. Okay. Let It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who's here. I'm here. Oh, day 3. There's some things that are going to happen again. We'll see where we get to. Oh, what's going on, peeps? This. Oh, I am going to need that. Sean McGill's here. Hey, Sean. Check it out. Mail call. Mail call for Sean McGill. See what's so fancy pants about these things. See what Mr. Fancy Pants McGill there uses on his bass guitar. Schaller S-Locks. All right. They install just the same way as every other button? Or they're just fancier? Ooh. Mr. Fancy Pants McGill. All right. You can have your fancy buttons. But I'm keeping the bubble wrap envelope. All right. Oh, Black 2 guitar. Backsies already. The first thing you said? The first thing you said, Gretchen? Comes in here, says something, does backsies, and now we have to dwell on it. She knows the rules. She knows the rules. How much do the fancy buttons cost, Sean? Fucking really? Really, dude? That's, pretty sure I would just use regular strap buttons if I had to pay this for all of the guitars that I wanted to put strap buttons on. That's insane. That is insane. My friends from across the country, see you soon. Okay. Oh, right. This is one you're going to be late for, right? She's going to be late, and then she shows up on time. Okay, we'll be here. They aren't cheap, but I like them. I mean, you better like them. If you didn't like them, you wouldn't pay that much money for them. That's crazy. Anyway. Can you use that Telecaster as a garlic masher? You can use anything as a garlic masher. I don't know why you keep making specific things for garlic mashing. You can mash garlic with anything. What are we good lucking? Good luck, Gretchen. Why does she need luck? Is she in a contest? Anyway. Okay. She's playing trivia? How do you know that? Is that what she said when she did backsies? And I just don't get to know because I didn't get there fast enough? Also, how the hell is a trivia game more important than this? Okay, let's get some shit happening here. That was her backsies. Oh, okay. Said, I'm going to go play trivia, and then she took it back, and then she left anyway. It's fine. Whatever, you guys make your own decisions in life. I hope when she comes back, we all have to either make fun of her for losing, because she lost, or If she won, we have to tell her that everybody else must have sucked. We downplay the victory, okay? It just so that we're all on the same page. Okay, let's start by getting the neck out of clamps. And no, yeah, we got to do that first. Come on. Come on, let's just start. We can think on the way. So here's where we left the neck. In clamps. With the late addition of the wing bits for the headstock. Fumbling with clamps. I did come back along once the glue had like started to tack up that stuff. I did do a little bit of scrapey with a quick little chisel along the edges so that it wasn't big gloops to deal with. Here we go. Fretboard glued on, truss rod is in there. That's relatively flush. It's pretty close to flush. Let's work on getting the top glued on the body. We'll put this aside for now. Once we get the top glued on the body, we can come back to working on the neck some more. But that is a pretty important step to get done. So let's get that done, because we got some work to do on that front. We got some routing. We got to do an F-hole shape of some kind. We got to level off a glue line. Probably. Let's have a look. We got Sapele body. That is damn good, actually. That seam, little scrape probably, but it stayed nice and flat. This has a little bow in it, but it'll suck flat to the top. So we'll just have to do a little scrapey on that seam too. And then we gotta draw whatever our F-hole dealy thing is on here. Route a big cavity in here. Glue this onto here. And then we can get back to the neck. So, a little bit of scrapey scrape. A little bit of scrapey scrape. Come on. Get that. A little bit of scrapey scrape. Getting work done. Getting work done. Making a guitar. 'Cause we can. I just had it. It's flat enough. Which way do we want to go? That way. Slightly in. Yeah, okay. Let's draw our center line so it's a little more just a little more defined. I can tell where that seam is, but define it a little better. That right there. Get the approximate so we know where we're going. We're gonna route out, we'll leave ourselves an inch or so out here. And an inch around that pickup cavity. And an inch around that pickup cavity. And then maybe like that. And I don't need a bunch of hollow up here, but I'm gonna. Something like that. Hollow out this. And then make it a little more obvious with, I had a silver paint marker around here somewhere. There it is. So we're just gonna freehand this off of here. Uh-oh. Am I out of paint marker? Damn it. All right. You just Sharpie. Oh, no, there's bridge screws in here. Oh, smart guy. Smart guy just about routed out. I mean, we got a 1/4 inch top for them to grab into, but let's give it more than that. Yeah, that bridge screw is about there. That would have been, I mean, probably would have been fine, but we're going to route out all of this. And this is going to be loud. And then we're going to do an F hole in there. Here we go. Maybe a little bit less there. I don't know. Just going to drill down into it to give ourselves a starting spot, and then it's going to be a whole lot of routering. Move some things. We'll go to leave ourselves about a 1/4 inch on the back. Yeah, about a 1/4 inch back. I'm just going to give myself a couple of starting points for my router so I can start and then work my way out. Might as well get a lot of the work done, actually. It's going well, so keep at it. Oh, got a bunch of holes. We can do a little better. I got a few more holes. Come on. Router time. Router time. Everybody loves a little router time. If you routes deep enough to get rid of the drill marks, body will be too thin if you drill to a 1/4 inch. Well, it's a good thing when I said 1/4 inch, I meant the bottom of the divot and not the bottom of the drill bit. Paul. Paul. Mr. everything's always wrong and nothing's ever good enough. And you see, and you keep forgetting. You forget a couple of things. You forget that that sometimes I'm actually okay at this. And then you also forget that, like, I'm just having fun. And it's not that important. All right, I got my vacuum over here because this is going to be a lot. And I've got, what bit do I have in my router? I had the wrong bit in my router probably. Yep. Still rocking the dull ass bullnose bit in the router. So need to swap that out. For a flat bottom something. Yep. I don't need this anymore at all. Oh, whatever. We'll just take this part. No, I won't. Yeah. Is that seriously? Fuck's sakes. I'm a trained professional. Who trained me? That's a good point. I'm neither of those things, actually. I'm not trained, nor am I a professional. In fact, I have made one guitar to completion, and it was neither a Telecaster nor a semi-hollow body. So, not only am I not a trained professional, but this is the first time I'm endeavored to do this. We'll go to about there. That's about the depth that should get me to the bottom of my nibs-ish. I want to make sure, though. It gives me about 3/8 fall of material at the bottom, give or take. Okay, this is not only going to be loud, but I also need to stay focused I will not be stopping and talking to you along the way. I am going to put my headphones or my hearing protection on, and I am going to dig in on this. So I'm just going to start here, and I'm going to work my way out in this section. I'll come down into here, and let's do it. What? No, what? What no? Why are you yelling no? Hearing protection. It's a lot of wood to cut through with a small router. It's not. It's really not. It's like an eighth of depth in most of it, and I'm just gonna nibble away at the sides. Like, I know my router, okay? It'll be fine. Where is my ear things? There they are. Okay. Loud noises. Here we go. Getting there. Getting there. I mean, I could absolutely. I don't need to keep going here, but go a little bit closer. I want to give myself a decent little spot for a Foley shape, but we'll just kind of clean up those edges a little bit, just because I know you can offer whatever tips you want. Doesn't mean I'm going to listen to them. It's like, since when do you ask? Because Mike does what Mike wants. That's right, Johnny. Why isn't he using the vac as he goes? Because I don't have a third hand, and I didn't feel like rigging it up. Like, that's a lot of weight gone from this. I'm going to do right up in there, tighten that line up a little bit. And then I'm going to go just a fraction deeper so that I can get sort of one cleanish pass across the bottom so that it's easy enough to sand. And then I can do a little bit of sanding bit, and then I'm going to finish the inside of this before I glue the top on so that you can see finished wood through the hole. Actually, then I'm going to transfer this shape to the top so that I know where the hole needs to go, because that would suck doing this. And then I do the F-hole shape in the top, and then I glue it on, and there's like, it's down here someplace, or the tip of it comes in it. That would be a nightmare. So One clean pass. There we go. Now, whatever my F hole is going to be up in there. And We'll finish that later. That's a big hole. What did I lose for weight there, Paul? At least a pound, right? It's like 2.5 inches wide there. 1.5 inches. That's a fair bit of weight relief there. The perfect amount to give me some neck dive. Now, in order to transfer that shape to our top, which goes this way, we need to first give this a quick scrape, draw the shape on here, and then we'll transfer this up to here so we can draw the F-hole shape, and etc., etc. So they have F-holes. Do they seriously have A-holes? Ah, ah, ah. This could go away for just now. Ah, routing makes a mess. Routers make a mess. Ah! Now I got a router bit in my vacuum bag, but you know what? It was the dull bullnose one, so oh no, I lost it. I have to go get a new one. I needed to replace it anyway. This is now just a better excuse. Whoops. This side doesn't matter as much. This side is the side I need to make sure I get flat. And it's literally just this little bit of glue on the seam there. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm just going to sand it because that's not going to hold on my cleat. It's okay. I'm not taking it out of flat, hopefully. Just taking the glue line down. Whatever was on there, whatever paper was on there was spent. But there we go. All right. Transferring. Transferring. We are going to get my template back. All right, there is going to be my top. Transfer this guy over to this guy. How do you do that? Oh no. Well, I am going to, there's numerous ways to go about doing this. I'm going to take some song lyrics because that's the pieces of paper that I have. I'm going to cut them. This just has to be an approximate. Transfer. So this, by the way, if you're wondering what song lyrics this is Something to Believe In. Well, I see him on the TV, preaching about the promised land. Tell me to believe in Jesus, steals the money from my hand. You know, that one. Oh, everybody having fun? Is Gretchen back? Did she lose the did she lose the trivia? That she tried to do backsies so that I wouldn't know about? Like I said, there are numerous ways to go about transferring shapes like this. This is just the way I'm doing it. I'm not even really sure where I learned this technique. I can't even think of where I learned this. And then we'll just snip this off. I mean, the only section that really matters is like this one anyway, but nice approximate transfer. And go back where that belongs. This is approximately, this is approximately where that hole is on the inside. Pretty close to right there. So, F hole. Got this space to work with. Let's go. Let's follow the curve of the body. Do a little one of these guys from the bottom horn. Visual element there that we will carry through in the back of the F hole. And then like that. You guys aren't going to be able to see that, are you? like that. Okay. Now, how do we cut that out? So that's a good question that you have right now. How are we going to cut this out? We are going to get most of it. Just drill bits. I don't have a scroll saw. My fret saw is down at the crow's nest, and I don't think it would even reach in to some of this. This is a 1/4 inch thick, and I don't really want to put a scroll saw or a jigsaw on it. I'm gonna have a smoke and think about it. Let's take a poll. How would you cut that shape out of this without a coping saw, a fret saw, a scroll saw? And it's slate. I could just do it. I could just put a hole in it and then take it over to the router table and just draw it with the router bit. And then where router bit doesn't fit, I could just like cut in with just a handsaw and like file and rasp and stuff in there. But it's a little bit bowed, and I don't really. That's kind of a sketchy. It might be the right answer though. Just nice and slowly, like I did the whole inside. Lots of sanding if you use a router, unless you're pretty steady. And, you know, if you're not, it's not a particular shape. So as long as the curves are nice, you know. And I just get into the corners like with a file. I think that's probably the answer. Just drill one hole in it, take it to the router table, and just be careful. That's definitely an after the cigarette type situation, though. Stay away from the edge with a jigsaw and file to the line. My jigsaw is super aggressive, though. This is like 1/4 inch. I mean, yeah, if I stay nice and far away from it, and then just sand and file back to the line. That might be a better answer. I wish I had a less aggressive blade for my scroll saw. I only buy like the big, like the heavy, fast jigsaw blades because all I ever use it for is like rough bucking down wood, and just general curves. So I only have like big fat teeth jigsaw blades. I think that it probably is the right answer, though. Just stay away from the line and just sand back to it. Yeah. They're all like super aggressive blades. But I think that's better than a slightly bowed 1/4 inch piece on the router table and just like drawing with the router bit from underneath. Even though I think that would be fine. This is not going to get done by New Year's. T-shirt alert from Tim. File to the line. It's not a bad T-shirt. It's not a bad T-shirt. I'd rather be Rick Jimming or whatever we came up last night was better, I think. Rick Jimmed by Gretchen or no, I don't remember. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch it again. Pilato Creations. Welcome to the show, my friend. What type of wood are you cutting? It is solid American black walnut. About a 1/4 inch or so thick. How about take a piece of MDF, put a pattern on it, make a template, and use that on the top? Well, sure. I mean, if you want to do what the actual right answer is, but I mean, then I'm doing the same thing twice. I'm like, because then I have to still be exact with the template that I may or may not ever use again. Like, make a third body template with that F-hole design in it is the right answer. We all know that that's the right answer. But two-sided tape a piece of MFD to the back and cut it out to back it. Like so that the jigsaw can be a little bit. I think it'll be fine. I'll just stay away from the line, and then I'll just sand back to it or file back to it or whatever. I'll just rough cut it out, like close-ish, and then I'll just some 80 grit sandpaper and just like bring it back to where I want to stop. It's really not that important. As long as it's an okay shape that's approximately that I just came up with on the spot. As long as the curves aren't shitty, like should have included the F-hole and third pickup routes on the templates I sent to you. Well, there's another box coming. We both know that future boxes will exist. Oh, Gretchen is here. Gretchen, did you win the trivia that you tried to pretend you weren't going to go do by doing a backsies, but then somebody saw it and told me what you said? I can I just do I do most of it with this Forstner bit. Go bang, 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 bang down it, and then just file back to the line. Like, I don't even need the jigsaw. Like, I mean, that got me most of the way there. I just gotta put a smaller drill bit in here and do a couple more, like, in these corners. And I'll just... Yeah. That'll work. Whatever gets the job done. Let's do most of it with a drill press. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, hey, Mike, I fixed my cabinet. Hey! But did you win your trivia night? Where? Come on. Come on. bust some of that off with a chisel too. I can honestly say the worst part was manually transferring logs to the easily built wood storage bin. What the shit? If you use the jigsaw instead of just sawdust, you have a tiny offcut that you can save indefinitely in the hope of finding. Yeah, it's a good point. I just turned it into chips. What an idiot. By 7 points? You won by 7 points? Is that a lot though? Like, was it worth, like, was each question worth like 20 points? Because then you winning by 7 points is just barely. Let's see if we can get this a little bit cleaned up. I can also finish cleaning it up after it's on the body too, but it'll be easier now. Let's do a little bit of chisel. Just knock some of those corners off. It was a close win. What kind of trivia was it? Like, what did you have to know about in order to win this? Was it rock and roll trivia? We do most of the time, like, trivia at pubs and stuff here is like music trivia. I don't know what kind of trivia you were doing. Obviously, that's why I asked. What's sharp? That's probably sharpish. Damn, somebody should really make me a new shop stool. Well, is that easier now than wait to clean it up till it's only the body? Yeah, well. And I can just see one of these little bits just popping off right into my eyeball. I mean, this was a way to do it. This was absolutely a way to do this. There's no wrong answers in woodworking unless it's unsafe or doesn't get you the result you want. If it's not unsafe and it gets you the result you want, it's not the wrong answer. I'll just cut it out with a chisel. Bet that chisel would be sharper if you didn't use it as a pry bar. Bet this chisel would be sharper if I sharpened it on your face. No, that wasn't good. I had a nugget of an idea for that joke. It just didn't come through. I think I'm gonna grab a saw, give myself a couple of lines up in here. Certainly isn't the sharpest of chisels I've ever used. It has been a while since I've sat down. I am due for like sitting down and like going through all of my chisels and actually giving them a sharpen. Let's do a little bit of saw. And then we'll finish it off. I don't know which one. I got a little razor saw and just get those out. Dremel would be good, yeah, I mean, but I still would need a very, very small, and it would be better in a base, and I don't have a base for my Dremel. This is fine. I just chisel it away. I'll just cut it and chisel it away. Nobody ever said that this was supposed to be done by the end of the year. Remember, you guys? We already... There was no... This is supposed to be done by the end of the year? Says who? If you look in the title, there's a question mark. There's no wrong way. It's not that bad. Give me it. It's not that bad, you guys. It's not that bad. And I can, like I said, I can finesse it a little bit once it's on. I get in there with the corners and like sort of fuzz out maybe with a Dremel and just sort of like tighten up the shadow line on those inside corners. Come on. Get you guys back on your charge. Oh, what are we at? 52%. That's not good. Paul, any idea what he will do about the inside tear out? I'm gonna file it down. Just back bevel it, like slope it in. Then it'll make it look thinner anyway. It'll be like settle down. It also may just go away when I sand it, because it's not that bad. Also, why are you looking at the guitar from the inside of the guitar? Like, how are you doing that? How are you looking at the guitar from the inside of the guitar? Also, shut up. And if I just slope it in a little bit. I want to get it glued on. So like I'm kind of, if I was doing this like on my own without an audience or recording it even, it would probably take like most of an afternoon to make this hole. I know it's just observation or whatever, but like I'm just observing that stop being a dick. We're all having fun. Where's your semi-hollow body electric guitar that you're making live on your channel in 5 days? It doesn't exist. That's where it is. you still bachelor or is the fam home? Well, neither. just because they're out of town doesn't make me a bachelor all of a sudden. But yeah, I think they're coming back on the 3rd. I think. This is fun, this part. So, anything else new, everybody? I'm not going to keep at this for much longer. I do need to get it glued on. We might not get to actually, like, working on the shaping of the neck tonight, though. That was going to be an important step. If this wasn't a semi-hollow body guitar, if whoever made this decision, 6 or 7 years until I start. Oh, okay. That's good timeline. I believe in you. Whoever decided that this should be a semi-hollow body guitar is an idiot, because this top would already be glued on. It would have been glued on last night. We would be cutting this thing out and like probably routing the pickup cavities and stuff right now. But no, let's just make it partly hollow. And then make up a hole in it so you can see that it's partly hollow. That's the only reason that this hole exists, is to show the fact that I hollowed out part of the inside. Some kind of stupid show off. I would have laser cut the F hole. Well, sure, I would have too if I had a laser, probably. That's actually probably the right answer. That's probably the actual right answer. Any second now, I'm going to decide that that's enough. But the more I leave for future me, once it's on the guitar, the more upset future me is going to be at past me. I like being kind to future me when I can, I'm not always. Okay. That's it. Yeah. Hi. It is a shape that can get finessed a little bit more later if I feel like it. And let's get this mamma jamma on a guitar body. After smoke. All right. Bye, Tom. See you tomorrow night. Maybe. Okay. So that's in there. This is ready to go on that. Yep. Smoke, glue, clamps, screws, because it's a little bit bowed. If you remember, it did bow a little bit. Almost every time. I don't know if this is everybody or just me, but when you resaw a board down the middle, a 4/4 board, you resaw it down the middle, and it wants to do this, right? The flat sawn board, anyway. This is what I have found is when you resaw a board down the middle. Ideally, you want to leave yourself enough thickness that you can get rid of whatever cup or bow or whatever happens. Because when you resaw something down the middle, you're just slicing all of those fibers that are holding everything connected in flat, and you're releasing tension in there. So when you book match those things like this, they want to go like this, which it did, but just a little bit. So I'm going to have to make sure that I get pressure down in the middle of this when I'm clamping it to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to screw right through here and right through there. When I'm gluing this down to the rest of the body, I'm going to pop screw right in both of these, because these are going missing later anyway. As long as I have short enough screws, which I probably do. I'm glad I remembered I had this rasp. This, by the way, in case you're wondering, this is the economy cabinet maker's rasp, I think it's called, from Lee Valley. It's I would like to buy a fancy Oriyu or Liognier rasp at some point, but the budget cabinet maker's rasp from Lee Valley is this guy. It's pretty good for the $30 or whatever it is that I paid for it. I believe what it is called is like the economy cabinet maker's rasp or something like that. Suggestion. Like how he's announcing suggestions now. Keep glue about a 1/4 inch away from the cavity you made so squeeze out won't drip down the sides of your inside cavity. Hey-oh! Wait. It's good night. I'm also heading out. It's hubby's birthday and I still need to frost the cake. That's a euphemism. I'm pretty sure. It's hubby's birthday, so I gotta go frost the cake. Ask Gretchen how to do a Rick Jim. Because apparently it's something that husbands like. We don't know what it is exactly, but God, spouses are annoying, right? You gotta Rick Jim them once in a while. Gotta frost their cake. I don't know what else you gotta do. This woodworking is stupid, you guys. Making guitars is even stupider. If you're gonna do this, just be aware that it is dumb. Remember, you want to finish the cavity first. It's true. It's true. I'm gonna get some more sanding done on the inside of this. Ugh. Just a little bit, though. It doesn't need to be like furniture finish level quality. I mean, you're really only going to see it if you get like a flashlight and you're like, ugh. Woodworking is so stupid. But remember, I don't know if you guys remember a couple weeks ago when I was talking about how like not enough of the things that I made this year were better than they needed to be. This didn't need to be a semi-hollow body guitar. This didn't need to have a body and a top. This didn't need to have a top. This could have just been a one piece. I could have gone and gotten a 2x12 from Home Depot and just cut a body out and slapped a neck in it and been like, look, Telecaster. I could have ordered a kit from Waldrop Guitars and been like, send me a raw body and a raw neck, and I would just do the finish sanding and slap some lacquer on it. And wait, do you do that, Paul? Do you... Is that a thing that you do? I should, before I just start spouting my mouth off. I bet he would if I asked him to. Make kit guitars like the what's that company that does that? Warmouth? Something like that. That makes like relatively high-end kit guitars. I think Crimson does too. Doesn't Crimson Guitars make kits? Anyway, this is better than it needs to be. So, yeah. You can make it nice where you're maybe going to see through the F-hole to the back. But honestly, anybody that picks up this guitar and like looks into the F-hole to see if it's nicely finished on the inside, like, get the fuck out of my house. Like, unless it actually is finished nice, and I'll be like, hey, look inside, it's all finished nice in there. But like, if you're the type of person that does that, and then you're gonna comment about whether like so we'll stand to 80. We'll grab whatever this is right here. Do 8150. If you come to my house and this guitar still exists in my house when you come here, look in the F-hole and be like, wow, you actually went through the effort of like sanding the inside of that. Maybe you should put some words inside. Yeah, no. Trying to get the damn top glued on, okay? Brand the inside. Well, that actually would have been good. Brand the inside of it. That's a decent idea. Yeah, you should have come up with that idea like 7 minutes ago. Okay. Glue, glue, glue. Glue, glue, glue. I didn't sleep last night. Sorry, my ideas aren't fast enough. Damn it, Mark. I mean, your ideas are only not fast enough for me to be able to do them. And it's actually not that your ideas are slow. It's that I'm just not being patient with this. Like, because some idiot had a brilliant idea to try and get this as done as possible by the end of the year. I'm not going to say who that was, but he sucks. Glue, glue, glue. This is a pretty integral part, so let's take a second to set things up. I don't want to take you guys off your charger, though, because you actually aren't charging. You're just kind of maintaining at like 56%. So set this up. Set it up for a glue up time. Setting it up for a glue up time. Glue up time. Glue up time. That's my glue up time song. I just wrote it right now. It's good, eh? It's pretty good. For just like... Oh... I'm gonna go. Get a couple of these guys out to get it off the bench and up in the air. To be able to get my C clamps under it. Yeah. I need to cut this down just a titch because it's a little bit bigger than my body blank, and I need to be able to line up my lines. So, quick table saw is full. Bandsaw is also full, but bandsaw is quicker to clear off. Maybe we're 2.5 hours in. If I get this glued, if I get this on, we can maybe start to get this a little bit closer. And I'm pretty beat though. could get about, well, I could get, yeah, I gotta get it pretty close to the end of that. And then I gotta take about that much off of that. Okay. Gotta find you thing to sit on. Where's the little piece of plywood I use? All right, we can use the. You can sit on the template. Ooh, maybe can you? Oop, oop, oop. The damn template holes are in exactly the wrong spot for the legs. All right. Just got to take a little bit off the top so that I can see where it lines up. No. She fits. I can line up my lines with my lines. That looks cool. That looks cool through there. All right. So, little bow in the middle. So, screws. And then clamps all around the outside. Maybe. That'll be lots. I do a couple of screws in there to suck it down. Let's see what I got. Ah! Fuck yeah! One-inch Craig pocket screws. Boom. That'll suck it right down. Yep. Stop it. Okay. Do a quick. Where did I put all my C-clamps? Over here under stuff on the table. So, Jesus. Oh, man. Let's set ourselves up for success. Get some locations. Get our top perfect with our body. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws, bunch of clamps. Well, let's do it. Hold on. Where is my... I just had them. There. There we go. Now that can't go anywhere but right there. I can just real quick give that a quick scuff. Here we go. That is ready for glue. Glue, glue, glue. Oh, another step. Pretty much done. Whose idea was this? Because it was garbage. This was a terrible idea. Sure to keep our glue from squeezing out into the hole, at least where we've made it pretty. Doesn't really matter over here. There we go. Just poking out just barely so that they find their holes. And find their holes. Find your holes. Find your holes. Oh, it's got it, I think. No. There. I heard it seat. There we go. Clampy clamp clamp. Clampy clamp clamp clamp. I mean, whatever on the body. A little dent there, that's okay. And put another one. I can sand out little dents. I'd rather make sure that I get good glue pressure everywhere. How many more C-clamps do I have? There's one. Ta-da! That'll do. With the screws in the middle. That'll do. Oh, Pinnell showed up. It's the stuff that matters more for acoustic than electric, where the quality of pickups and amp do more for the tone than the body shape. What is he babbling on about? So does the shape matter for the resonance? No. No. Maybe if you came more often, you would have had this conversation already. This guitar will need some edge banding. Your face needs edge banding. Fucking edge banding. Nothing. It'll need nothing. We're not used to Mike pre-planning like this. Like what? I didn't plan nothing. I mean, okay, so now that's a thing. How many days is it until New Year's? Like 6? Ish. Well, it was just Christmas yesterday, so I guess only 5. Three? I don't even think that's true. I think it's tomorrow and then the next day. Right? Because it's Monday today. So nope. It's not a thing. We don't all have 20 to 30 hours a day to watch you build a telly by New Year. Okay, well, so far we are at 7. Nope. Yeah, about 7 hours into this build. Over 3 days. Maybe put down your video game controller and stop scrolling your YouTube shorts, and you'd have some more time. What are you playing these days anyway? The shoot'ems? Are you playing? You were playing the what? Indiana Jones with the child, and then, but you play like shoot'ems with your brother or something, don't you? I am currently with the boy. We are playing the second of, I don't even know what it is. It's like Assassin's Creed 2 Part 2 or something. It's like, it doesn't have a number. It's like Assassin's Creed Brotherhood or something. It's like Assassin's Creed 2 Part 2. That's a cool game. I'm well behind on video games. They got good while I wasn't looking, and like video games are good now. Haven't played too much lately. Boy and I are playing a roguelike game called Rotato? Is that as shitty as it sounds? Brotato? Is it like are you guys potatoes and you call each other bruh and stuff? I don't know why I think that's what's happening. You're a couple of potatoes running around in the world and you're yelling at each other like, bruh, come check this out, bruh. Now I've decided that that's what that is. What can we do on the neck? Brotato is top-down shooter game. Okay. What's a top-down shooter game? Oh, like Contra? Like top-down shooter? Man, I'm old. I I can't believe I just pulled out the Contra reference. Okay. So let's do a little bit on the neck, because otherwise I know it's not going to be able to be played on New Year's Eve. I would like to be spraying it. I would like to be spraying it with lacquer on New Year's Eve so that we can actually like see a finished guitar. But in order for that to happen, tomorrow night, I need to get this body cut out, the cavities all routed into it, the neck pocket routed into it. The neck has to fit in the neck pocket. And things need to be approximately final shaped, and I got to get the neck glued in tomorrow night. In order for that to happen, we need to do a little bit of work on the neck right now. Not a lot, but some. So, here we go. Body in clamps. Neck, a little bit of work. Not a lot, but we are at this stage. So you're gonna flush these up with the back, get the wings cut, get the excess fretboard off, get it cut here. I think I'm gonna leave, I know Telecasters don't generally, like they are flush with the back of the neck, but I like a little bit of overhang on the fretboard behind the neck, because it means that your neck pocket doesn't have to be as good. So I'm gonna cut it to overhang just a titch, and then we can do a little bit of spoke shaving, I guess. We'll see. We'll see how much more I've got in me. Maybe not that much. Hey, I found another C-clamp. I don't think I have that much in me tonight, but I mean, I'm already just about 3 hours in. Let's do a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more. It will affect neck pickup placement just a bit, which can affect sound. Yeah, I don't think it will. Based on the routing of those cavities, there is some room there. There is some room there. So I'm only talking about I'm talking like an eighth. So, well, we'll see. Whoop. Like just enough so that if the neck pocket isn't like stupid tight, you can't tell. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah. And people leave it. They're like, this is dragging on. This guy, he's never going to finish this. I gotta get these guys flushed up. I had it a second ago. Then pencil. Oh, it's all coming apart. There it is. Probably shouldn't do that. We're getting there. First of all, first things first. The little nubs that I couldn't get because my flush trim router bit wasn't quite big enough on the router table. Get the edge fretboard. Flushed up with the neck. And let's at least make it look like a neck. Yeah. Get it all gummed up. Gum up your cabinet scraper with spray glue. It looks like a guitar neck. Pretty sure I said earlier that that disc was dead, didn't I? may be done for tonight. Spoke shaving is fun though. Spoke shaving is fun. Let's do a little bit. We'll do a little bit. It's been a long night. It has been a long night. But spoke shaving is super fun. Are you guys gonna be really upset if, like, tomorrow night we go live and, like, the spoke shaving part is done? Instead of me spoke shaving for like another hour tonight. Like, is that cheating? Is it cheating if I do a little bit of work in between live shows? I mean, I just said that I would try to build it by New Year's. I didn't necessarily say that I was gonna, yeah, no, I did. The whole point was that I was gonna build it live in a series of live shows by the end of the year. I mean, I'm almost there already. I'm actually not that far off already. Oh, can you record it and do it as a hyperspeed short? Well, first of all, I don't do shorts because shorts are fucking stupid. But it's just more of that. Like, I mean, it's not that interesting. It's just that I was just doing for like another 20 minutes. I'm not that far away already. Like, honestly, it doesn't need to come down that much more. And then it's sanding, and then it's radiusing. But that's a lot closer to, believe it or not, that like 20 minutes or half an hour or whatever that I just made this neck a lot closer to done. It's really not that far off now. The heel needs to come down to proper depth, whatever that depth ends up being. I don't know that depth until I route the neck cavity. The radius on the fretboard, the frets going in, the stupid metal bits. That shape came through quick. That was satisfying. Spoke shaving is super satisfying. Spoke shaving is one of my favorite hand tool operations. And it's really, once that fretboard is radiused, like I could play this. It might be a little bit fat still, but I could probably play it. But frets, and then more routing, and then electronicsing. But I have like 5 more days till the end of the year, so that's good. If one is over the age of 22, then I think sleep is always most important. Mostly because we usually cannot take naps once out of full-time college. I think I got that. I still take naps. I mean, obviously I can't take a nap in the middle of the workday, but I frequently, yeah, not infrequently. Regularly, I'll come home after work at 5 o'clock and I'll like crash out till 7. And then get up and just and then go back to accomplishing things. I'll come home and sleep for an hour and a half after work and then get up and keep having my day. Guys, this is like only a couple or 15 steps away from being a guitar. You have done well today. Great progress. Yes, thank you. Turn de Nouse. You're welcome back anytime because you're nice. You're nice to me. It's weird. It's a little, but Mike, did I tell you my cabinet has been fixed for months? You did say that, but you didn't fix it with a flail on video. The sad part was I was unable to trick my husband into thinking it was stuck. Yeah, that is sad. And you didn't do it with a flail. This guitar, this is going to be a beautiful guitar. I think it should be a beautiful guitar. Whether it sounds okay or not, we'll find out. I'm not gonna. One of the reasons I'm not gonna be able to play it is because stupid pickup cavity or stupid control cavity isn't going to be able to be deep enough because stupid depth of the stupid switch. Backsies! I see backsies again. Aussie. Turn de Nos. I like Turn de Nouse is a cooler name. Can I just keep calling you Turn de Nouse? Just did backsies. Yeah, I know it. Backsides. Backsides. Good work. You just did backsides. Did you do the backsides on the Rick Jim? And now more backsies. Damn it, Gretchen. You just want all the attention is what the problem is. Gretchen's like, I'm a type, I'm a backsies, and then he'll talk to me. You're not the first, won't be the last. Think my wife would kill me if I turned in the house, though. Turned an house. But yeah, okay. Well, maybe she should lighten up. You know? Maybe she should appreciate that you found something that you enjoy. And she should support you in that instead of being all negative Nancy. Canucks versus Kraken. 2-2 in the third. Oh, I'm happy to know that. Team Canada won its third straight at the World Juniors. That's a huge surprise. We beat Denmark 9-1. That's because we're way better at hockey than everybody else. Turned in a oos in a u. I like turned an ouse. Turned an ouse. It rolls nicely. Turned an ouse. I'm not going to promise that I'm not just going to do the last few passes of spoke shaving tomorrow, like in between the shows. Because if this could be like at the point where all we need to do is radius and put the frets in. Hey, Steele. If I could just get this radius and put the frets in and it's a neck and ready to drop in, that's going to be good. I swear to God, Gretchen, I am going to come over to your house. I am going to knock on the door. You're not going to know it's me. I'm going to knock on the door. And as soon as you open it, I'm going to hit you in the face with a lemon meringue pie. Just like you're going to open it, you're going to be, hello? Because you're not going to recognize me for some reason. I'm going to be wearing a mask. You're probably not going to open the door if I'm wearing a mask. Okay. I'm going to, somebody that isn't me, and I'll be hiding in the bushes to watch. They're going to say, yes, can I help you? And you're going to, bam, like lemon meringue pie right in the face. This went from friendly to assault awfully quick. Now he's hiring goons. It's true. I can't afford to pay them, so I got to hire somebody who also wants this to happen. And it's got to be somebody in the Northeast U.S. It's got preferably in the Pittsburgh area. Tim's pretty close. Tim, well, how do you feel about a road trip? Oh, I'm not allowed. Okay, so I need you to also record it for me. You're like a body cam of a pie in the Gretchen's face. I have her address, by the way. It's funny because I actually do. Dun, 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 dun. Little bit more spoke shaving, and then it's a little bit of sanding, and then some radiusing, and then recutting the slots, and then the stupid metal. F my oos, if my us and is home. If my us and is home. He'll yell at you through the intercom to go away. It's not, he'll be yelling at Tim. I have yours as well. Do you? I guess you probably do from the box that I sent you. But I don't mind a pie in the face once in a while. So okay, 3.5 hours is enough for day 3. Body blank is glued up. Neck is, the shaping has begun. This is exhausting. by the way. F my us and is home. Sounds like a Mac. F my us and is home. I need to find a pie delivery service now. They're probably, I mean, I'm sure that I could order a pie to be delivered to her house. I'm just not sure if I could have that person hit her in the face with it. So that's why I need Tim. Or if there's anybody closer to Pittspadelphia than Tim. I don't think there is. 8M laughing so hard as my husband walked by. He has scared away everybody in the neighborhood, my poor son. From yelling at them through the intercom? Why is he so mean? He should be a better neighbor. Maybe it's somebody who needs help. And he's like, get the fuck out of here! He probably sounds like that too. He's probably, and you can't really understand what he's saying. You just know that it's angry, like muttering. And you get the gist that it's like, anyway, I was just about to shut this down. So let's do that. These are fun. These are fun. Spoke shaving is great. I'm going to do a little bit more of that tomorrow and a little bit of sanding. And then this guy will be essentially ready for install. I may just pay Tyler Peterson to do the frets for me. I'm going to talk to him about that. I talked to him already today about whether he would do that for me and how much it would cost. And if he, I might just not put the frets in and just let him do it. He's going to do a better job than I am. And it's, I don't want to because frets suck. And also he'll do a better job than I will. And then I can actually just finish the guitar. It won't have any frets in it. I can bring it to him. He can bring it back to me. It'll be done and ready to go. That's probably how this is going to go. I'll be honest. Now that I'm saying it out loud, that sounds like how I want this to go. Because I'm not going to be able to wire it up until I get the proper switch for it. So I might as well just do all the wood parts. That is what I want to do anyway. I'll do all the wood. I'll let Tyler do the metal. And then when I get the switch, maybe I'll have him do that too. Anyway, stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. 2 more of these to try and get it to at least lacquer by the end of the year. Okay? I think that's still going to be pretty rad. If I can get this thing to like lacquering by midnight on New Year's Eve, after starting it on the 27th, like, that's pretty cool. So we'll see. 3.5 hours, 2.5 of it was probably guitar, which brings the total of actual guitar work on this to, I am trying to keep track because I want to see how long it takes me to make one of these, to see what I have to charge people for them if I decide to start selling them. So we are now at it was 2 the first night, and then 3, most of 3, and then another let's say 2.5. That's 7.5 hours into this guitar in terms of the amount of work being done. But if I was just doing them for not an audience, I wouldn't be talking it through and stuff and sitting down and I don't know. Let's say we're at 7 hours of work to get to this point. Probably get to 10. Probably get to, if I could get it to lacquer in under like 11 hours of work, I think I could sell them for a reasonable price. But we'll see. Unless they suck. I mean, if they suck, I'm not going to be able to sell them for a reasonable price. Bye, everybody. We'll see you again for tomorrow night's continuation of this nonsense. Woodworking is stupid. It's not. It's awesome. Bye, everybody.